What's up, guys? It's Mike, and we're going to do a quick video. Getting a lot of questions here now as the season's starting to roll in about teams, joining teams, finding teams, trying out for teams, and I want to do a quick, short video blog really quick about joining teams and how to do it and stuff like that. First up, the first thing I'll start off with is if you're going to try to join a team, I want to make sure that you do it for the right reason, okay? A lot of paintball players will, if you ask them, well, why do you want to join a team? Well, I just want to get sponsored. That's the that's the ultimate goal. I want to get sponsored, okay? Sponsorship in paintball, you have to understand that even pro players right now are having a hard time getting sponsored. The easiest way to think of sponsorship in paintball so that it makes sense is instead of using the word sponsorship, use the word volume discount. Because that's really about the only thing that they offer in paintball now. Okay, they're not picking, if you think that you're going to get sponsored and your Division 5 team is going to get picked up by the HK Army bus and, taken to the tarmac and flown out on a private jet and your entry and your paint and everything's it's not going to happen, okay? So just get that out of your head right now, okay? It doesn't happen for the pro players. It doesn't happen, for the rest of us, and that includes me, okay? So, I understand a lot of people, well, Oliver Lang, he made like $100 grand one year. Okay, well, you're not better than Oliver Lang, and neither am I. Well, I heard Russian Legion, they make like $40,000 a year or something like that. Okay, well, you're not good enough to get on Russian Legion, neither am I. Maybe you are, but 99% of the paintball players aren't going to be. Most people, Division 3, Division 2, maybe Division 1 tops. So let's be realistic about sponsorship from the beginning. And I don't want you to... I don't want to pop your balloon here, but I don't want you to go into it with some sort of expectation and the expectation not be there. And these are the kind of talks that people had with me 20 plus years ago, and I've never felt discouraged about paintball. They laid it down to me hardcore from the very beginning, and that's basically what I'm communicating on to you. I don't want players to think that once you get sponsored or that there's this huge amount of money that comes in or free stuff that just arrives at you. It doesn't happen, okay? The easiest way to think of sponsorship is going to be volume discount, okay? And what I mean by volume discount is it's almost like when you go to your grocery store, okay? If you go and buy chicken breasts at your local grocery store like Publix or something like that, it's like $2 a chicken breast, okay? But if you go to Costco or Sam's, yeah, it's $1 a chicken breast, but you got to buy 20 of them. So paintball's kind of like that, and sponsorship works a lot like that as well. If you're going to get sponsored, usually what ends up happening is let's say, for instance, you and your team, you go and you get sponsored by, I don't know, let's say it's your local store. Let's just say it's Dye. Okay, we'll pick on Dye for this video. And I love Dye, but anyway, we're going to pick on Dye for this video. Basically what happens is you say, okay, our whole team is going to start shooting Dye. We're gonna need 10 DM12s, and instead of paying the full retail price, they give it to you at a slight discount, let's say $150 off or something like that, okay? They're going to call it a sponsorship, but the easiest way to look at that is a volume discount, okay? And it may work the same thing with Empire or Planet Eclipse, okay? Let's say you've got a high school team, you guys all need 15 guns, you've got your cash in hand ready to go, and Planet Eclipse tells you, okay, you can get an Eagle 11, instead of paying full price of $1,300, we're going to give you a sponsorship price of $1,000 or something like that, okay? Not really sponsorship price, this is a volume discount. That's really what you get when you play for teams. And the thing you've also got to understand is that, yeah, you get a small discount on the individual products, but you're going to go through them like 3 times as fast, okay? So you're going to tear up a lot of elbow pads. You're going to tear up a lot of pants. You're going to tear up a lot of knee pads. You're going to tear up a lot of jerseys and tanks and loaders and batteries and barrels and gloves and masks and lenses. You're going to rip up a lot of stuff, okay? When you go to join a team, you're going to be playing paintball 3 or 4 times more than you're going to be playing now. So yeah, you might get a slight discount on the things, but you're going to be spending 4 times as much, okay? You may go play paintball now maybe once a month, okay? So let's say you play paintball now recreationally, you play once a month, your case of paint is $50 and your entry fee is $20, okay? I know everybody all over the internet always gets everything cheaper than what I throw out there, but let's just be realistic. $50 for a case of paint, $20 for entry. You pay $70 once a month to go and play paintball recreationally and you have a good time. To go and join a team, you might be practicing 2 times a month. So now your entry fee now just went up to $40, but you may be shooting 2 cases of paint every single time. And let's say instead of paying $50 a case, you now pay $40. So obviously $80, $160. You can see how this really adds up. You're talking about the amount of money you're going to spend is going to go astronomically. And that doesn't even include the traveling, because you will be traveling to go and play other teams. You can't just sit back and hope that the other good teams show up to your field. So you're going to incorporate travel costs in there as well. And also, let's not forget entry fees, okay? Entry fees to go play tournaments are very expensive, especially the national ones. The national ones are through the roof, okay? It's very, very expensive to go play a national tournament. Even at the local level, let's just say at your local, I know CFPS, which is a great tournament series, Central Florida Paintball over here, awesome tournament series. Even per player there, you're looking at the beginning of the year, probably $50-$60 for your ID, $60 for entry, and then you're going to probably shoot 3 to 5 cases of paint division on, depending on what class or division, if you're playing the X-Ball, the Race 2, whatever it is. I mean, that's a lot of money, and a team may compete in one of those every single 2 months. So you've got, let's say here in 2 months, you may hit 4 practices and a tournament. I mean, you can see quickly. I mean, that your cost just went from $120 up to maybe even $1,000. So for 2 months worth of paintball. So I want to make sure if you're looking to join a team that you do it for the right reason. You don't want to be the idiot that shows up to the track, says you want to join a team, gets a look at what it costs, and then you take off and go home, and everyone's like, "What the hell happened to that guy?" So, with that being said, I just want to set a realistic expectation for when you're going to go and join a team. You need to make sure that you have your financial situation in check, because tournament paintball, competitive paintball, both airball and also even scenario is very expensive. Scenario games are very, very expensive. Sometimes you could shoot 10 cases over the course of 2 days at a scenario at $60 a case. So, it can be very, very expensive even at the scenario level. Now, you may not play as many scenarios throughout the years, maybe as a tournament team will, but maybe you will. Let's talk about finding a team. First thing I would start with is your local field, okay? Go to your local field and ask the owner of the field, hey, I'm interested in getting on a team. Let's say, for instance, like me, okay, I'm a Division III player, good Division III player, maybe middle, bottom rung Division II player. Are there any teams that play here at the Division II level, Division III level that I might have a chance of getting on? Field owner's probably going to know your playing style. He's going, he's seen you at the field. He's going to be able to tell you, and in most cases, most field owners will have the captain of the field or the captain of the team or the owner of the team usually will have their phone number, so they can coordinate with you. So the first place I would check on finding a team is your local field, whichever one you play at. Second thing, when joining a team, some teams have tryouts, which I personally don't think a tryout's the best place to go to try out for a team. Now, if that's their only policy is to have a tryout to meet new players, that's fine. I think the better way to get on a team is to ease into them slowly. Ask them when their next practice is. Go there and help out. Be that guy that picks pods up after a game. Be that guy that helps pick up trash after the pits. Be that guy that shows up early. Show up over-prepared. Have tools in your pocket. So when the other players that are on the team are having a hard time adjusting their guns at the chrono, you pull out your Planet Eclipse or Die toolkit and hand it to them. Oh shit, that guy's prepared, That's the kind of player you want to be. Have a clean swab in your pocket. Maybe even have a jerk squeegee in your pocket. Have microfiber cloths. You can get those at Walmart for dirt cheap. So you want to be that guy that's prepared. Have your water. You don't want to be that guy that's that shows up, oh, it's 12.5 ramping. Oh, I've got my gun on 18 balls per second NXL. Does anybody have the manual to a tag board from 8 years ago? No, have everything prepared and be that guy that's over-prepared. When I look at players that are over-prepared, players that really have their stuff together, they've got clean jerk swabs. They've got extra barrel socks, because everybody accidentally shoots their barrel sock. They've got the proper tools. They've got their manual in their gear bag. They've got batteries. They don't make everybody's problem or their problem everybody's problem. For instance, like if somebody has maybe while your loader was in your gear bag, it turned on, and while you're out there playing the first game, your loader died. You don't have to go back and tell that to everybody. If somebody asks you, yo, dude, I saw you went in the snake, you didn't shoot any paint out. I'm sorry, fellas. I replaced my batteries last night and my loader died. Okay, you don't have to announce and broadcast your problem to everybody. Just handle it, man. Just be a problem solver, not a problem finder. When you announce your problem to your entire team, that shit affects everybody. It puts everybody in a bad mood. Fix your own shit and don't let anybody else know about it, especially if you're trying to join a team. So that's the kind of stuff that me as a captain, or as a coach, that's what I look for, and I know that that's the player that I try to be when I go to play for somebody. I handle my own shit. I've got everything. I've got swabs, everybody, you name it. People are going to be coming to me. Players on that team are going to be coming to me, asking me for stuff. That's how prepared I am. If you're that guy, you'll get on almost any team that you want to. And lastly, I would say, when leaving a team, this could say a lot for your character when you leave a team. First thing I would recommend is there any money that's owed? Okay, did you play a tournament and maybe the captain spotted, maybe you guys went to finals and you weren't budgeting to go to finals, and you didn't bring the cash in your wallet, so the owner of the team spotted you those 2 extra cases when you went to finals at the tournament. If you're going to leave a team, do it maturely. Okay, go and tell the owner of the team, hey, here's the deal. I'm thinking about leaving the team. I'm thinking about going and playing for this team, or I'm thinking about, might be going away to school or financial problems or whatever. I'd like to make, leave on good circumstances, possibly come back in the future. But I'd like to make sure, is there any money that I owe to the team? Let's just go ahead and get that resolved right now. They say no? Okay, cool. Next thing is, do you have any equipment that you borrowed from the team? Maybe they had a community pods, which is, all teams do that. You don't want to be that guy that leaves and takes 15 pods with you, because then they're going to look at you as a thief, okay? So you tell them, okay, I look at my gear bag, got like 8 or 9 of your pods, let me just go ahead and give those back to you guys, cool. And the last thing, obviously, is like a jersey. Did they pay for your jersey, or did you pay them for the jersey? Okay, is your jersey free to keep, or do you have to give it back to them? Is it a blank jersey that everybody wears? Give that back to the team so they can let someone else have it. So leaving on good terms is very important when you leave a paintball team. And it's going to, if you do go and play on another team, you're always going to have your original team with a good relationship with. You guys can play together, and it just really goes a long way. Also, if you leave a team on bad terms and go to a new team, that reputation of yours is going to follow that new team. Man, they picked up that guy's a fucking thief, man. He stole a bunch of our pods. He didn't pay us for the last tournament that he played in, and he left with our jersey, and that guy's a fucking scumbag, So, I mean, you don't want to be that guy when you leave a team. Leave on good terms. It's one of the best things I can tell you. Now, I know that not all the time is that possible. You have a falling out with the coach or this, that, and the other. Still be the adult. And even if you argue with the coach or argue with the captain, go to somebody else, maybe even a mediator on the team, and tell them, I'd like to leave the team, but I want to do it in good terms. I want to get settled up in regards to money. I'd like to get settled up in regards to equipment, and that way we can all split terms and leave on good terms. So that's probably what I'd tell you in regards to the right reason for joining a team, or right reason for trying to join a team. The right reason should be because you want to play better. You want to elevate your game. You want to compete. You want to take your game to a new level, and you want to contribute to a team. Those are the right reasons. Sponsorship is probably the worst reason. Okay, it's just sponsorship in paintball. It's not sponsorship. It's just a volume discount. Okay, instead of you spending $2,000 in paintball gear for a year, you're going to spend about $8,000. Okay, so you get a little discount on that. Same thing if you go to Sam's or Costco or anything like that. So find your team, go to your local field. Joining a team, just be that player that can stand on his own 2 feet. Coaches don't want to babysit kids when they're trying to run a team, and leave on good terms. So I think that wrapped up everything in regards to team. This can apply to both scenario and also tournament paintball. I know we're getting into the season right now with it being in March, and people are starting to ask this question, so I hope this helps. Thanks, fellas.